Interesting enough, when the carpenters built these houses in the 20s, they actually built everything right here. Not only the framing, but they built the milled work, like this cabinet right here. And they would build it in place. So they'd start with some sides, they'd put some cleats on the wall, put the shelves, and then they would actually make these doors right on site. Now this is a pretty simple stile and rail system with a flat inset panel and a simple detail around here. Now we can get a cabinet off the shelf that will be similar to this detail, but it won't match exactly.
I'm fine with that.
All right, why don't we take some measurements and see if we can get one fit.
Okay.
Let's go 32, 33, about 36. I'd like to take one of these doors with us off to the store. Well, Gene, they have an awful lot of cabinets here, and they're all standard sizes. Unfortunately, they don't have a cabinet that will fit in your area.
Okay.
The other thing I was looking for is a flat panel without a bead detail around it, and I see that they have a lot of raised panels. So I think what we need to do is order a custom cabinet for your house.
Okay, great.
Now, whether you're ordering one cabinet or you're doing a whole kitchen, it starts right here in picking out the right door. They have all kinds of doors. Let's say right here, there's an oak door with a square top, an oak door with a curved top. What do we have up here? All right, now here's a wood door with V-board. Now let's look what else they have. Now here's a door, very flat. It's kind of contemporary.
I think that one's a little too modern for me.
Okay, let's see what else they have. Oh, right here, look at this door. This
That's
is very
nice.
similar to what you have. Styled and rails on a flat panel and a very simple detail on the inside. Really kind of matches yours. Let's see, do they have it in white? Oh, look at that, they have it in white. Perfect. All right, now this cabinet will be in the corner, away from your cabinets a little bit. I think what we could do, rather than get the panels like this, we could get this panel all in glass.
That sounds beautiful.
All right, let's go see what they have for options.
Okay.
All right, Gene, what do you think of this glass right here? Nice piece of leaded glass.
It's beautiful, but I'm going to be putting soup cans and cereal boxes in there, so that might not be best for me.
Yeah, I don't think you want to see those. Now here's obscured glass right here. Nice and light, but you can't see through it. And I think it'd be good for the corner.
It's beautiful.
All right, now this is a custom cabinet. It's going to take a few weeks to get, so I think we need to get it ordered.
Okay. Wow, is this my new cabinet?
That's your new cabinet in white, just what we ordered. And look at the stile and rail system on the door. It's nice and plain without a beaded detail around the interior. And the glass panels we'll put in after we hang the cabinet.
Okay.
Now the first thing I want to do is I want to check to see how straight these old walls are. Lots of times they're leaning. So I'm going to check it with my level to see if it's plumb. Wow, it's right on. So that's a good thing. Now we don't have to scribe or shim the cabinet to the wall. While I'm up here, the next thing I want to do is I want to find some structure in the wall because we want to make sure we hang the cabinet into structure. So I'm going to locate the studs. I'm going to do that by tapping on the wall. All right, there's one right there.
How can you tell?
Now listen, you can hear the sound change.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah, it sounds
And I
hollow
can
over
actually
there.
feel it get solid. All right, so there's one right there. I'll mark that. And I come over here. I have another one right there. I also know that there is a stud in the corner. But to make sure that I'm right on these other two locations, I want to pre-drill a hole into the wall to see if I hit the 2x4. Okay, there's one there. All right, now that's good. I can actually feel resistance on the drill. That's how I know I'm into the structure. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I want to measure from the corner to the center of the holes. Then I'm going to transfer that measurement to the back of the cabinet. So I have 15.5 and 31.75. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to take those measurements and transfer them to the back of the cabinets so I can drill a hole. Now this is the back of the cabinet and this is the edge that I want to measure from. But I have to look at the front of the cabinet and I see that there's an overhang right here. So I have to subtract a 1/2 inch from each one of those measurements. So I'm going to make it 15, draw a line, 31.75 and draw a line. And that's the location for my screws on the back of the cabinet.
Okay.
But there's one more thing. See this little slot right here, that dado? That dado represents the top of our cabinet. So I want to make sure I drill a hole below that cabinet top. So I'm going to put a mark here, one over here, and down here. All right, now I'm ready to drill my hole. All right, now I'm going to drill my first hole here in the corner. There's my first hole. Now my second. And third. All right, we have our 3 holes drilled at the top of the cabinet. We're going to screw the cabinet to the wall with screws. And these are the screws that we're going to use right here. They have a nice flat head on the back and a button head on the top, and they're painted white. What I want to do now is just start the screws in the hole and let them stick out. All right, this is a cabinet jack, and this will hold the cabinet at the right height while I screw it to the wall. I'm going to place the bottom of the cabinet right here, and you can see that dark line. That's where your shelving was. So I'm going to take a measurement from the countertop up to that dark line. That measurement is 20.5. Now on the bottom of the cabinet, it's recessed just like this at the top of the cabinet, 1 inch. So that means that I want to move my jack up to 21.5 inches. So I put my tape measure behind it like this. I bring it up, 21.5. Right there. Okay, now I'm ready to set the cabinet on the jack and screw it to the wall. All right, you want to give me a hand lifting it up?
Sure.
There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, you all right, Gene?
Yep.
Okay, we'll put it right on the jack, just like that. All right, now that's good. Now I make sure my cabinet is close to the wall, which it is. Now I want to check it with my level and make my cabinet level. Now I can screw it in place. All right, the cabinet is screwed to the wall at the top. Now I want to put a couple of screws on the bottom. Okay, we're ready to install the glass right here in the back of the stiles and the rails. And in the back of the stiles and rail, there's actually a rabbet. So I push that glass into the rabbet, and we're going to hold it into place using these little plastic clips right here. Now the holes are already pre-drilled, so I'll screw it to the door. All right, Gene, your new cabinet is in. What do you think?
It's beautiful. It completes my kitchen.
Hey, check this out. Look at this. Soft closed doors.
Ooh, no pinched fingers.
No pinched fingers.
Well, thank you so much for your help, Tommy.
Anytime.
Tommy, that little jack proved to be a valuable tool.
Yeah, this is a great tool for holding the cabinet at the right elevation. Now, I use this off an existing countertop, but it's adjustable. You can get different sections of pipe to add to the length. So if I have a cabinet that I want to hang it off the floor at this height, I can add a couple of pieces of pipe.
Nice. And if you don't have the specialty tool, are there other tricks?
Yeah, what I like to do is put a cleat on the wall, the right height that I want to set the cabinet at. Make it level, go all the way around the room. Take the cabinet, pick it up, put it on the cleat, and screw it to the wall.
Nice. Okay.
Tommy, that job had a back wall that was perfectly level, plumb, and true. That's not always the case, though.
No, it wasn't always the case, and that was also one cabinet. But lots of times you're hanging multiple cabinets, and the wall may be crooked this way. So when you hang the cabinets individually to the wall, the cabinets will follow the contour of the wall, and they won't be straight. So look, if I hang the cabinets to an uneven wall, the front of the cabinets are crooked also.
So you're saying if this were the cabinet front right here, it actually mimics what we're looking at right here, right? So we've got this little overhang in the front.
Yep.
but we have nothing in the back.
Correct. So when you put the cabinets together and you don't make the boxes parallel, they're not going to be straight across the front.
How do you get around that?
All right, so what I like to do is make the boxes parallel by cutting a shim the same width as the front along the back. Put it into place. Screw through the sides at the back, screw through the sides at the front, making the box one, making it parallel. So now if I wanted to hang 2, 3, or 4 cabinets, instead of hanging 2, 3, or 4, I'm hanging one.
And you know that it's going to be straight along the
It's
front.
going to be straight.
All right, well, you've always got the tricks and the tools. Thank you, Tommy. So until next time, I'm Kevin O'Connor
I'm Rich Theory.
I'm Roger Cook.
And I'm Tom Silva.
for Ask This Old House.
That might explain why my cabinet doors go that way.
Wait a minute, did you hang them yourself?
did.
Well, that might explain it too.
Yeah.